Hey everybody, I'm ZombieJohnny, and for the first review of 2020, we're going to be taking a look at another manga. This is YuYu Hakusho. YuYu Hakusho is written and illustrated by Yoshihiro Togashi and published by Viz Media. YuYu Hakusho's original manga run was from 1990 to 1994. YuYu Hakusho is the story of a teenage boy named Yusuke Urameshi, a high school delinquent with a bad attitude and some kick-ass fighting skills. He is known around town as a badass and everyone wants to fight him. Kuwabara is his #1 rival and strives to kick his butt. Though Yusuke seems to have a bad disposition, he has a golden heart. One day while Yusuke is walking the streets, a young boy runs out into traffic and Yusuke saves his life. But in the result of saving the young boy's life, Yusuke loses his. After losing his life, he is sent to the astral plane and meets Botan, who is sort of Yusuke's spiritual tour guide. Then he is introduced to a young baby boy named Koenma, who is the son of the ruler of the underworld. Because of Yusuke's sacrifice, Koenma decides to give him a second chance, but only after he successfully completes a series of skill testing obstacles. After Yusuke completes his test, he returns to his body just in the nick of time with the aid of his friend and love interest, Keiko, and rival-turned-friend Kuwabara. That's right, Yusuke's #1 rival has become his bud. Yet, he still strives to kick his butt. After Yusuke gets back into his body, Koenma assigns Yusuke to the job of underworld detective. Both Botan and Koenma give Yusuke his assignments so that he can investigate and control any spiritual or supernatural happenings in the human world. And this is where the adventure begins. Okay, first off, to clear up a little things, YuYu Hakusho translates into something along the lines of Ghost Files, Ghost Fighter, or Poltergeist Report. So, now that that is cleared up, we can move on to the review. Ready?
Just find my mark here. Let's go!
The story consists of a fairly small cast of characters, who are Yusuke, the man himself, who is a fairly tropey main character. He's powerful yet dim-witted, much like Goku or countless other manga and anime main characters. Kuwabara, who is the hot-headed sidekick whose only goal is to better himself and become the strongest fighter in town. Kuwabara is also very loyal to Yusuke after they become friends. Kurama, who is a quiet, polite, and calculated type who has a dark side. Kurama actually doesn't show his powers off until a little bit later, but man are they badass. Hiei, who is the short, angry type who doesn't have much time for anyone's nonsense, and also just wants to beat up Yusuke. Then there is Keiko, who is Yusuke's love interest and main motivation, but they never show it to one another. I believe the term is tsundere, two characters who are always flopping between loving and hating one another. Botan, who is the cute simpleton, and finally Koenma, who is the silent mastermind behind everything. YuYu Hakusho is the epitome of 90s manga. Long legs, tight, high-waisted jeans, giant eyes, simple features with elaborate hair and fashion magazine poses. Out of all the manga I've read, this one just screams the golden age of manga. Well, I mean the golden age of manga and anime in North America. When I started reading this manga, it brought back so many great memories. Reading Shonen Jump for the first time, watching Toonami at my cousin's house, reading anime magazines and seeing what the next coolest thing in anime was, walking into video rental stores and browsing the anime section. Such amazing times, and so many memories reading this. There is a strange contrast in the illustrations throughout the series. It can go from the most chibi, stylized manga illustrations to the most lifelike renderings in the span of 2 panels. It can be a little bit jarring when you see these two worlds clashing. Togashi is an amazing artist, but I feel there's an inconsistency in his style. Sometimes he wants it to be a serious, hard-hitting manga, and other times it's so lighthearted and almost childish, it takes away from those serious moments. Though Togashi might have clashing styles, there is something to be said about his line work. When there are action sequences, you can feel the movement. It's almost like you can hear the sounds of the kicks and punches. To be honest, out of all the manga series I've read so far, YuYu Hakusho has the best action sequences. That might be a bold statement, but I stand by it. The series is fairly short for a shonen manga. It only consists of 19 volumes. It's a very accessible manga for readers such as myself, meaning I can start the series and not have to take years to catch up to the most current volumes. Unlike my favorite manga, One Piece, where I've been trying to catch up for years and I've only made it maybe halfway through the series. Yet, I probably will never catch up until the series ends, which could be years from now. Damn you, Oda-san! Now, as far as I can tell, either Togashi wasn't happy doing YuYu Hakusho anymore, or it was due to his mental and physical health. But he had ended the series early. He even wanted to end the series earlier than he actually did. To be honest, where he wanted to end it, which was after the Sensui arc, if you know what I'm talking about, would have been a fine ending for the series. That arc had a great climax, and the threat was a serious one. It would have been kind of a happily ever after ending. Small spoilers here. During the final battle of the Sensui arc, Yusuke gains these new demon powers and gets all 90s tribal tats and long spiky hair, and kicks the shit out of Sensui with one shot in the most anticlimactic fashion. Then the next arc begins, and you think Yusuke is going to be using those awesome demon powers that he just gained. But he doesn't. Actually, it's never mentioned again. For some reason, he gains these powers and they just go away. Apparently, it's something to do with his dad possessing him for a moment or two, but you would think that he would still have the powers that he had when he destroys Sensui. But I can recall reading an article with Togashi, and in the article he apologizes to his fans of the series for ending it so abruptly. You can tell something is off in Volume 19. Togashi builds up this giant dark tournament at the end of Volume 18, and to me it felt as if Volume 19 was going to be action-packed with battle after battle. But that's not the case. In the first 40 pages, the tournament is over and everyone returns to their daily life. Then, after that, it's just a series of short stories about everyone's daily lives, and the last 15 pages of Volume 19 are a gallery. So, to me, this solidifies that Togashi was done with the series way before this. Though, I must say that the final chapter ties a nice little bow on the top of the series. It has a nice ending that gives you a warm feeling. Back in the heydays of Toonami, I can remember watching the YuYu Hakusho anime series, but I have very little memory of it. I have noticed that there are Blu-ray collections being released of this series, and now after finishing the manga, I'm going to have to get my hands on them when they come out. Overall, YuYu Hakusho is an amazing manga series, and I suggest you go pick it up. Like I said, it's not a giant undertaking like One Piece. Damn you, Oda-san! Total page count, 3,698. Total volumes, 19. Total score, 4 out of 5. Well, gang, we made it through 2019, and I'm hoping through your support that 2020 will be even better. Listen to me, I sound like a PBS statement. I've got quite a few manga and comic book reviews planned, and I hope that you're gonna like them. I know I do. That's why I'm reviewing them. Anyway, we're gonna catch you in the next episode. Peace.